Hi everyone and welcome to this channel and today's tarot card reading. So the topic is going to be, how do people see you? And it's a general reading, so only take what resonates. And also, as always, I want to thank everybody who's subscribing or liking or commenting. And we have 3 piles. I hope you enjoy it.
Alright, pile number 1. So, how do people view you? Meditation for creativity. I'm gonna pull one more card. Transformation and change. Grounded center. Oh my god, this is a very cute energy. Pile number 1. I gotta say, I feel like people, or this could be like a specific person, because this is like a very intimate energy. But take what resonates here. Overall, the messages that I'm getting is that people view you as somebody who is meant to do something, meant to present something to this world. I'm hearing a lot of you, this is my creative pile. I feel like you channel a lot of your energy into your creativity. Some of you could be into arts. And if that doesn't resonate, I'm just getting you're into communicating with your crafts is what I'm getting. And I feel like people see you as somebody who is able to create some changes with whatever you're putting out there is what I'm getting. This is it's a very cute energy. I feel like a lot of people, they view you as somebody who is you have a great mind and you're meant to do something big in your life. And I'm hearing for some of you, you're a young person, and when people look at you, they see nothing but your potential is what I'm getting. And if you are an older person, the same messages applies. People see you as somebody who is trustworthy, somebody who's experienced as well. For some of you, I'm hearing people look at you as somebody who has almost perfected their craft. You have something that you do that you're very good at. It's almost you're out here transforming and changing stuff, perspectives, or changing almost changing people's lives with the craft that you're doing or putting out there. We have the 3 of Swords. So people either look at you as somebody who's a heartbreaker, or somebody who has been heartbroken, or people I'm getting here, some people could be looking at you as somebody who has been going through a lot of heartbreak, and therefore you channel this energy, and it shows in your art, in your craft. So whatever you put out there, people sense and people see that this hasn't just came out of nowhere. There's a story behind it. People are picking up on that. But the overall energy that I'm getting here is people look at you as somebody who has been able to do something out of the heartbreaks that you have been going through in life. Like you don't sit on the energy. You have the High Priestess. I mean, it's too many cards, but I'm taking these. I usually don't take like a lot of cards like this, but yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has received some kind of recognition, or you are going to receive some kind of recognition, but people look at you as somebody who is meant to be like in the spotlight for something. Having the High Priestess card here, people look at you as somebody who's very intuitive. Somebody who is like able to have a very in-depth perception into something. I feel like a lot of people that you get like in contact with, they are, or like especially those who see your craft or your art, I feel like people are very surprised by the depth of it, how good you are at seeing things. You know, the High Priestess card, that's an energy of somebody who like has a very good perception into things without even have to look at things. Like the High Priestess does not have to look at things or have things in front of them in order to get like a perception out of things. Like the High Priestess is the person who like emotionally or like intuitively can pick up on things. And I feel like a lot of people, they look at you as a High Priestess, somebody who is able to read things, read situations. A lot of you could be very emotionally intelligent as well, and I feel like people look at you as somebody who's emotionally intelligent. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is like ready to take some steps. Y'all might be going in like a new direction, and you're just like in the beginning of those stages is what I'm hearing. And if that resonates, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has a lot of potential, and you have a lot of things to like look forward to. The overall message here is like, I'm hearing the story of somebody who had been through something very challenging and something that could have been very depressing, that could have kept somebody down for a very long time. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, we have the Devil card at the back of the decks. A lot of you could have been like stuck in a thing or a situation or like a habit or like some kind of addiction or like a mindset that has like been keeping you stuck or depressed or down or low. And I'm hearing like you have like broken out of it, and I feel like people look at you as somebody who is now being able to move forward. And like when you decided to take that decision to take a new direction or put something out there or like do something with this energy, I feel like people are like, wow, pile number one. You know, I feel like overall people look at you as somebody who has a very like impressive journey. Your story could be very impressive. I feel like people are like interested in your story as well. Around the world. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is almost like walking their life path currently, like right now. And it's a very sacred time and a very sacred energy that you're in right now. Yeah, I feel like if you have been like interacting with people recently, like they pick up on your energy, they pick up on like your determination, they pick up on your vision, or like they just get like a sense that there's there is something else, something more about this person. I feel like a lot of you currently, people could also be looking at you as somebody who's like physically, you could be glowing right now. There could have been like some changes like in your skin. You could have like a very healthy look right now. And if you resonate with that, I'm getting it like it's because you are channeling a lot of your energy into like something that feels like meant for you is what I'm getting. And people see that. Like people from the past, if they are looking at you now, I'm hearing like they are like picking up on like, okay, so pile number one is definitely doing something that they're meant to be. I mean, just look at her or his physical appearance is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, people could also look at you as somebody who's like currently having like a lucky period or like a lucky time in your life. We have the Nine of Swords coming out there. Like life is favoring you right now, opening up doors for you and opportunities. We have the Judgment. It's too many cards, but yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has like shedded old skin. So you could have left behind perceptions or like a version of yourself behind, and now starting to walk into like a new you, a version of you that you know, honestly just like to be and like to have. If you have received some kind of recognition recently, I'm hearing like people look at you as somebody who like deserved that recognition. You had it coming is what I'm getting. And people are like seeing you take it all in. Yeah, this could have been something that you were like a little bit worried about as well. Nervous about. It definitely like required you to step out and be in like an uncomfortable zone is what I'm getting. With the Magician card, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is like manifesting a lot of stuff. Somebody who has all of the tools at their disposal as well to manifest whatever they want to. Page of Cups. Six of Cups. Some of you, you could have like an ex that is like having this opinion of you. And this ex of yours, they could look at you. I feel like they could have a little bit like problem with like really understanding your energy. I feel like they don't recognize you. The storage got full, pile number one, so I needed to arrange that, but we're back. Yeah, I feel like this ex of yours, especially if you were like a bit down or like depressed when you were with this person, and now you're having a very different energy. Like this page, the Page of Cups could be an energy of somebody who is like ungrounded, but ungrounded like in a good way. Somebody who's like willing to explore life, explore opportunities. Somebody who's like very, very open to like not having everything around them defined. You could even be dressing like in a different way than when you were with this ex is what I'm getting. So I'm hearing like this person is like a little bit shocked and a little bit surprised, but they could be thinking and looking at you as like as somebody who is definitely like going through like a healing period as well is what I'm getting. Yeah, but not, let's not get like too much of the ex energy, because the past in the past, right? I do get here, pile number one, that people look at you as somebody who is like willing to be a little bit childlike right now, or in life in general. Somebody who's like open to exploring. Like the Page of Cups can also be a very ungrounded energy. A dreamer. Hopeless romantic as well. So people could be looking at you as somebody who is like acting like a young person right now. And got the Magician card again, wanting to come out, but it didn't. We're the Queen of Cups. The Hangman. I feel like people look at you as somebody who's able to change perspectives. Yeah, I feel like you come in with a very like new energy. The Queen of Cups. She's very nurturing as well. I feel like people like your perspective. People like your vision. And I'm hearing like it's mainly because it comes from a very loving place. I'm hearing like you have a vision or you have a perspective that is like a better one for all people involved. And apply this to your situation, because this could be on like different levels. Some of you are out here trying to like change the world is what I'm getting. But either way, I'm hearing like people are open to it and like accepting of it. You could have been dealing with some kind of oppositions on this perspective from some people. But I'm hearing like these people aren't like meant to be in your life either way. But once again, people look at you as somebody who's very intuitive and very deep. They could also look at you as somebody who could be a little bit like confusing right now, because they don't know where you're going with this energy, like fully, is what I'm getting. But yeah, pile number one, I'm gonna finish off here. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, pile number two. So we're gonna draw some cards here and basically just look at like, how do people view you? I'm taking all of these. I usually just take like one card, but the more I do tarot, the more I'm like, okay, so there's a bunch of cards coming out. Just go with it. I'm learning here, so. I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like very studious. I feel like people could also look at you as somebody who's like currently very determined. I feel like a lot of you have like spent some time in reflecting on things or your life or yourself, and like decided that there is some things that can't be like going on anymore. Something needs to be stopped is what I'm getting. Whether it's like within yourself or if it's like other things in your life. But people look at you as somebody who has taken like a new direction, and this direction could be a little bit like bolder. For some of you, I feel like but this is very specific, so only take this if it resonates. For some of you, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has done like physical changes. I think it's called like transgender. Like you could have changed your gender. Yeah, and if that resonates, I'm just getting here, like people look at you as somebody who like saw something about yourself that you didn't like and then you changed it. Now it doesn't have to be that. For some of you, I'm just getting like people could look at you as somebody who like did some changes to yourself or your body. Could be like a cosmetic surgery for some of you. For others of you, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has like lost a lot of weight as well. So you could have like dealt with like very like unhealthy habits in the past, and now people look at you as somebody who has like let that go. You've changed yourself. And like you're a version right now that is like a lot more healthier, somebody who's taking more like conscious decisions in your life, somebody who is like on top of things right now, like on top of your life, taking control of your life as well. If you don't like something, I'm hearing people look at you as somebody who's like, you're gonna take your stuff, you're gonna leave behind what is needed to leave behind, and you're just gonna move on or move to like a new direction or do something else is what I'm getting. So yeah, people definitely look at you as somebody who is willing to like change and change for the better. A lot of you could be into like positive affirmations, and you could have built like a habit in that. And like the person who like inspired you could be like a woman who's very knowledgeable in that topic. I feel like if you are into like positive affirmations and like manifestations, and there's like a tons of names, law of attraction, law of, I don't remember all of these right now, but there's a ton of names on these topics. I feel like that person, you have like a specific go-to person when it comes to that. Somebody who you turn to, somebody who's very experienced and very knowledgeable, and have been doing that for like a while as well. We're gonna pull some cards. So how do people view pile number 2? We have the Judgment. Yeah, I'm just hearing like somebody who has like, you know, shedded some old skin, left some things behind, whether it's like physically or your perceptions or like your opinions or a way of living or a way of like doing things is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who right now you are at peace with yourself. I feel like a lot of you have been going through like a journey, and people look at you as somebody who right now at least are in a space that is very like sacred. It's very hard to like poke at you. For some of you, I feel like people could be looking at you as somebody who, I don't want to say is defensive, because that's not the energy I'm getting, but somebody who's very protected right now. I feel like people, they look at you as somebody who has like a lot of options in life, who has like the ability, or you have a life where you can take different directions or like do a lot of stuff is what I'm getting. There's this energy of people looking at you and thinking of you as somebody who has a lot of different versions of life at your disposal. So you could like wake up one day and decide that, hey, today, or I want to become, I don't know, a personal trainer. And then the other day you could be like, well, now I want to become like a nun or a monk. I don't know, but take what resonates here. Yeah, I feel like people also look at you as somebody who has been going through like heartbreaks, but like it did you good. Yeah, I feel like this pile for sure. People look at you as somebody who has done like a glow up. All of the heartbreaks that you've been going through, all of the like hardships that you've been dealing with, it did you good is what I'm hearing, pile number 2. When people look at you as that, like it did you good. For some of you, I'm getting like you could currently be at the end of a tough cycle. And people can look at you as somebody who is like at the end of it. Yeah, I feel like people, they can look at you as somebody who has almost like you could have like gone through some kind of opposition in this transition. Like people could have doubted you, or people could have like had a, like an opinion, or like tried you is what I'm getting. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to see if the video is still ongoing. All right, it is. So yeah, but giving you like, trying to give you like a little bit like of a hard time, or like test your energy is what I'm getting. And if that resonates, I'm hearing like these people, they look at you right now as somebody who is like not to really mess with. I feel like whatever they try to do, it didn't affect you, and I feel like that's something that people are like surprised by. We're the Queen of Wands. This is too many cards, but yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who could be very attractive as well right now. Especially if you've done like a physical glow up. People look at you as like somebody that they want like a piece of. People could also look at you as somebody who's a go-getter. Somebody who like take charges of things and situations. It's too many cards. I know I just said like in the beginning that I'm starting to take like when it comes out like a lot of cards, I'm starting to take them. But like when it comes out like 7 or 8 cards, I'm like, that's too much. You see, I mean, I can look at these. Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Cups. Yeah, people look at you as somebody who walked away from something. Stepping in, you could be in a period right now where you're like having some blessings coming in. 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords, the Tower. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who had something in your life in the past that could have kept you stuck, but then either you created like a tower moment for yourself, or the universe created a tower moment in your life where they were basically trying to say like, hey, something needs to stop here. There is something that is like not good that is going on here, and then you changed direction, you changed something is what I'm getting. I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like listening to life. You could have a very especially having the Star card here, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is connected to life, universe. God, apply that to your situation and use your own like belief system. Yeah, you could have had like deception going on around you. People could have been like lying or cheating or stealing. It could have been a very icky, nasty energy that was going on around you. And I feel like you use like this King of Swords, so people look at you as somebody who's like willing to cut stuff or things and situations in order to have some kind of clarity or like a clear vision at least. I do get here as well, like people look at you as somebody who is a very special person. Having the Star card here, like the Star card is a person who is like, they have a connection to life and to universe that is like, people are not able to ignore it. It comes true very like visibly. The messages is like very clear to people. I feel like if people have been like trying to mess with you and deal with you, these people, they look at you as somebody who they're not able to do that with anymore. You could have like received some kind of inside information about these people or the situation. I feel like people also look at you as somebody who is very beautiful, like physically speaking, very beautiful. If you're a man watching this, I'm getting here like people think that you have a very good face. Like the structure of your face is very attractive. And the same applies if you're a woman. I feel like people, they look at you as somebody who has like a very beautiful face, very beautiful hair as well. Both if you're a man and female watching this. But I'm also getting here, people can look at you as somebody who has like a lot of hope. A very hopeful person. Somebody who like when things become very difficult for you, like you turn to like the universe, is what I'm hearing. I feel like as well, people look at you as somebody who has like justice coming in for them. So if people have been doing like injustice towards you, people look at you as somebody who has their justice incoming here. Ten of Wands speaks about an energy of somebody who has like collected all of the things that they have been, you know, trying to achieve, and it's been a long journey and it's been a struggle to get to this point. But now currently they're walking and like almost like walking towards collecting their blessings is what I'm getting. So I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like about to collect your blessings. Yeah, and I feel like the people that is like having these opinions of you is also the same people who was giving you opposition, is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has like almost like a new beginning. Ace of Wands can speak about new beginnings. Or if it's not new beginnings, I'm just hearing people look at you as somebody who, you know, has great ideas, new energy as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish off here. Pile number 2, I hope you... So pile number 3, we are gonna draw some cards here and look at how do people view you. I feel like point number 3, people look at you as somebody who is or has done like a glow up. There could be something very visibly that is like has changed about your appearance. So you could have like a very glowing skin right now. For others of you, this is a more like of a specific message. But if you have been like wishing or like manifested something, you could have like manifested like a person. What I'm hearing here is like this person is like starting to pick up on that. They feel it. I'm also getting here like people could see you as somebody who are at like a distance from your person, and that you're missing this person, and this person is like missing you is what I'm getting. Where the High Priestess? I feel like people look at you as somebody who is wanting to create like a specific version in your life of yourself, or just like a specific version of your life as well. Having the High Priestess card coming out here as well, I feel like people look at you as somebody who's very like intuitive. Spiritually, you could be very elevated. And if you have been like trying to manifest a specific thing or a specific person, especially if it's a person, I'm hearing this person looks at you as somebody who is like very intuitive. They're like shocked how strong your like manifestation skills are, is what I'm getting. But this is like a specific person. I'm trying to do like more of a general reading, so I'm just gonna move on here. I feel like people look at you as somebody who currently, you could have an energy about you that is like very, I don't want to say childlike, but you're very open to like explore things, very open to like yeah, it's giving this spontaneous energy. I feel like people look at you as somebody who can be spontaneous and a little bit like ungrounded, but ungrounded in like a good way. A hopeless romantic as well. People could look at you as a hopeless romantic. For some of you, you know, especially if you have been going through this like physical like glow up, I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like willing to explore when it comes to your outfits, or how you look, or how you do your makeup, or how you do your hair. Somebody who's very like open to exploring. I feel like if you have been thinking about changing your clothes, or how you dress, or how you look, or this could be like a nudge from the universe to like go ahead and do it, but because the Page of Cups is like an energy, it's a card that embraces this type of energy. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Ten of Swords as well. I feel like people look at you as somebody it's more cards. I think I flipped like half of the deck. Anyways, I'm not taking those. I feel like people look at you as somebody who has like a very specific version, and if it's not up to that standard or that level, then it's like you don't want it, is what I'm getting. So people could be looking at you as somebody who's like a little bit bougie. Like, I feel like people also look at you as like somebody who could be like easily bored. I feel like a lot of people could be thinking like, in order to like, especially if this is like romantic interest of yours, they look at you as somebody who like they need to like entertain, like providing or offering you like a mundane life is not gonna be it for you. You're not gonna have it, is what I'm getting. There has to be something extra special, is what I'm getting. I feel like people look at you like as somebody who has a lot of options in life. Or like when it comes to romantic interest as well, I feel like people can look at you as somebody who has a lot of options available to you. And people look at you as well as somebody who's always like in a position where you can choose and pick. I feel like there's this jealous energy coming through here as well. Like some of the people, you could have people that is like a little bit jealous of you, and the people who are is also the same people who were like deceptive towards you in the past, is what I'm getting. So they could have been like lying or try to be like a little bit manipulative towards you. I feel like those are the people who are jealous because they're like, pile number 3 is they always have a lot of options, is what I'm getting. And I feel like they look at their life and they feel like they don't have a lot of options. It's almost like they feel like they need to steal the things that they have. Yeah, so if this is like related to like love and stuff, I feel like people look at you as somebody who you can pick and choose. You have your options, and I feel like that is making people a little bit like frustrated and jealous because they feel like they don't have a lot of options. Yeah, I feel like people also look at you as somebody who's like great at like healing, and especially healing from like heartbreaks or things or situations that has been, you know, very difficult, or at least for another person it would have been very difficult. But I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like dealt with it with like almost like an ease. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like juggling like different, could be different projects, different jobs, but somebody who's like a busy person overall. You could be juggling different options as well. But I'm getting here like people look at you and they think of you as somebody who is sorry if you hear my stomach. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat right after this reading because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So yeah, I'm not even sure if you hear the sound, but if you hear anything, it's my basically my stomach that is saying to me, hey, it's time to go and eat. But anyways, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is having this unbothered energy as well. Like if people done stuff to you, if people hurted you, I'm hearing like you're the type of person who is just going to like move on from it, not put so much time and effort into like dealing with this deceptive energy or this heartbreaking energy. I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like, you know what, okay, never mind. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, but I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like a busy person. It's too many cards. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who has like a new beginning. And somebody who's like able to create new beginnings in your life. I feel like people could also look at you as somebody who's like great at coming up with like very good ideas. A lot of you could be very creative as well. People could also look at you as somebody who has this like currently this energy of almost like having this like splurge of like energy and wanting to go out there and create and do stuff, is what I'm getting. Basically what I'm getting here, people look at you as somebody who's like wanting to live life, and you're not gonna let like anything stop you, is what I'm getting. Yeah, we have the 9 of Wands, we have the Queen of Swords. I feel like people look at you as somebody who's not afraid to move away from things and situations. The Queen of Swords, you know, she's the type of person who like demands clarity. She doesn't deal with bullshit very well. You know, if there is one card that would like resemble a bitch, then Queen of Swords would be the one. I feel like some people could actually look at you as like somebody who is a bitch. Another energy that I'm getting here is like people look at you as somebody who's like willing to put up boundaries. You could be very good at having boundaries. I'm not sure if you're seeing all of the cards, so I'm just gonna move them. Yeah. I feel like people, they also look at you as somebody who's like strong, a fighter, somebody who's going to like, even if you're injured, even if you're tired, you're still gonna stand strong. Somebody who's going to like stand up for themselves, stand up for your life is what I'm hearing. Yeah, especially if you have been dealing with like a deceptive energy. I feel like these people are looking at you as somebody who is not the one to just, you know, become almost like a doormat. You're somebody who's gonna fight until there's nothing left to fight is what I'm getting. Even if you're tired, even if you're unsure about yourself, you're gonna trust in life. You're gonna trust that whatever you have is enough for you to, you know, defend yourself or like and get to the outcome or the results that you're wanting in your life or to this specific situation. I feel like people, they also look at you as somebody who's like strong. You could have, you know, gone through a lot of fights in the past, and now I feel like people are looking at you as somebody who's like sitting comfortable at the position that you are right now, where, you know, the clarity and the perception that you have into things today is like unbeatable is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like people as well, they can look at you right now as somebody who is not usually using like their heart space in navigating in life. You're using your clarity and your bullshit detector is what I'm getting, and not so much operating from your heart space. So it's giving a very potent energy. I mean, the Queen of Swords is known to be a bitch for a reason, you know? And being a bitch doesn't have to always be like a negative thing, you know? Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do, you know? I don't know who you've been dealing with, but I feel like most of the people who have this perception right now is the same people that was bringing this like deceptive energy towards you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like people, they look at you, they think of you as something of somebody who is like, almost like you're planting a seed, growing something. People could also look at you as somebody who has received some kind of gift, or if you haven't done it yet, I feel like people look at you as somebody who is going to be like blessed with some kind of gift. It could be financially that you're going to be gifted something. I think we're gonna draw one more card here for this, and then I'm gonna go and eat because I'm hungry. And the video got cut off as well because my batteries died, so. The Magician card. Oh my god, that's too many cards. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. For some of you, people think of you as somebody who has like a counterpart out there. And if you're not with this person, I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like going to manifest that person in your life. But definitely giving counterpart energy. And also the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like people look at you as somebody who's like very nurturing, but emotionally intelligent. So somebody who's not to overgive your emotions at all times. You have a good balance of like knowing when to be emotional with people and when not to be. I feel, you know, the Queen of Cups, she is somebody who could easily, you know, become somebody who is people are like taking advantage of, because she is so nurturing and she is so giving. But I'm hearing like people look at you as somebody who has like a very good balance of how to use this energy. But yeah, pile number 3, we're gonna finish off here. I hope you enjoyed it.